Hi everybody, welcome to your Pick-a-Pile that has nothing to do with piles or cards. I'm going to be using the 333 Wisdom of the Heart Oracle, which is not a deck. It is actually a book of 333 channeled messages by Alana Fairchild, who has wonderful card decks, but for some reason this, well, probably because, come on, people, 333 cards? I should have thought of that. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to be choosing the numbers for every virtual pile, but I didn't want to torture you by making you watch this. And this is my own little quirky system. It stretched my brain to figure out how to do this because there are different eventualities. Like, what if it's in the single digits? Then, I had to have zeros to show up in these piles. And what if it's double digits? Well, instead of a double zero, I have a single zero. And what if it's 3 and 3? Well, there's only 333 messages, so that's why I had to come up with an extra deck. So I'll just show you how this goes, and then I'll let you look at the stones. So for the first number, it could only be 0, 1, 2, or 3. And let's see what we got. Oh, let's make it interesting. Let's take the one that says 0, 0. These are not easy to shuffle. Now, for the second number, oh, there we go. All right, 8. Actually, it would be the third number, wouldn't it? So 008. So the message here would be number 8 in the book that I would read, and I don't need this pile on. Thanks, Spirit. That made it easy. So that's how we're doing it, but you will not have to watch me do that. And so let's see your choices. If you want pile number 1, because you love this stone, way cool. I can't tell you what it is. I have a card somewhere, but I don't have it handy. This is the stone for pile number 2. And this is the stone for pile number 3. It actually has a very slight pink tinge, but you can't really tell. But it is very pretty. Or you can just tap into your intuition the way you usually do. Now, aren't you glad I'm not putting you through that for 3 messages for each pile? I'll see you in a minute. Hi, pile number 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, virtual pile number 1. I thought I could at least give you a picture to look at since you don't really want to look at me looking down at my Kindle. I have pulled your numbers. There are 3 of them, and the first one is 164. From agony to ecstasy. The path of becoming a fully embodied spiritual being is a process that often involves profound challenge through which we enter into our own suffering. With authentic presence to our experience, we grow in courage, and eventually there is a spontaneous distillation of healing insight. It is a beautiful triumph, but it takes tremendous inner strength to stay the course. As we enter more deeply into our suffering and reach beneath the symptoms into the source of the pain so that it can heal, we may wonder if it will ever end. This is especially true if you are breaking through a very old entrenched pattern of suffering. It is important to remember that it will heal. You must continue to ask for spiritual assistance and remember that you are worthy of healing and that your pain is not a sign of wrongdoing on your part. Even if your suffering is or has been great, this oracle predicts healing. You are enough of a divine badass to get through this. Beautiful message. The next one is 5. So I have to go clear back here on my Kindle. And number 5 says, embrace unfamiliar territory. As you grow toward the fulfillment of your divine destiny, you may need guidance to help you through unfamiliar situations. This is a sign that you are broadening your spiritual horizons. You and many others will benefit as you move beyond your comfort zone. Let the call to new adventure stir your heart. Seek wise companions and choose to gently but firmly cast aside voices of fear. Give yourself and others a precious gift of freedom through the unconditional forgiveness of whatever has been. It is not what you have done, but what you choose to do now that matters. You have great power in this moment. And your last entry is number 63. And I got pretty close. Oh, it's making me dizzy to page through there. Sacred revelation. Allow yourself to be shown the intricate spiritual purpose of a relationship or another matter of concern, seeing it as it is revealed, rather than attempting to shape it according to your will. You will then be able to benefit from the divine gift being offered as you start to understand and accept it, rather than try to control or avoid it. Sometimes painful issues will arise, but it is in order to heal and gain access to a new way of being. The inner eye can see with perfect clarity because it trusts in what shall be shown. You shall have your answers at the right time, and you shall be able to work with that knowledge in a loving and wise way. You shall see the truth that will bring relief to your heart and clarity to your mind. And I do apologize about the little ding. I turned off the sound on the recording computer and did not remember to do it on the tablet. My apologies. Thank you very much for coming by for virtual pile number 1. And if the cards resonated with you, or if you just want to say hi, I'd love it if you would comment and like the video. And it would also be awesome to have you on board as a subscriber. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Hi, virtual pile number 2. I have your numbers here, and I have your first channeled message right now, which is 269. Don't override higher wisdom. Take care that your positive intentions remain in harmony with a higher wisdom rather than your own or any other person's opinion. If you believe that human opinion is the determinant of who should be healed and how and when, you will compromise your ability to be a surrendered and effective channel for light on this planet. Even if another accuses you of selfishness, you will be guided when, where, and how to be of assistance. Do only what you genuinely feel guided to do from a place of fearlessness, inspiration, and love. No matter how spiritually it may be dressed up to appear, all else is the working of ego and will not bring you the beautiful outcome you seek. Your next number is 168. Oh, I got pretty close there on the Kindle. 168 is explore your emotional waters. It is time to let go of what you have been holding on to at an emotional level. Accessing emotions becomes easier with practice. It then allows you to tune into a different kind of knowing, an instinctive wisdom that keeps you connected to your immediate experiences. This is not about being right or blaming another. It's simply about owning your reality and being authentic. You do not need to make major decisions when in an emotional state. But once the waters have cleared and settled, you'll find decision-making easier and will make wiser, less reactive choices. You have the capacity and the wisdom to take full responsibility for your life, and your healing journey becomes available to you as you do so. Spend some time in your inner world. Your feelings are leading you toward healing. And your last number is 312. Not doing so good on getting close now. Okay, here we go. 312, starlight, star bright. A subconscious fear of being judged or becoming the target of jealousy can cause us to shy away from being seen. There is a commonly held belief that being in the spotlight must mean that you think you are better than everyone else. There is a higher purpose in standing apart from the crowd and being seen. It can be about developing self-acceptance and self-confidence. You can become so comfortable in your own skin that you no longer hide who you are. Others may become less afraid to be themselves too, because you have shown them that being cool is about being cool with who you are and refusing to be stereotyped by people with insufficient imagination. Don't let fear shut you down. You are bolder, brighter, and bigger than that. And that's it for you, virtual pile number 2. Thank you so much for coming by. If your cards resonated with you, a like would be lovely, or a comment to tell me how they fit in with your life, or just to say hi. What the heck? Anyway, thank you and take care. Bye. Hi, virtual pile number 3. I have your numbers already pulled, and your first channel message is number 266, Sensitive Soul. Sensitivity can feel like a burden when one is suffering emotional and psychological anguish. The pain is felt so much more. Yet exquisite sensitivity is necessary for conscious communication with the beautiful spiritual realms. The alternative of becoming numb would be like draining all art, color, and music from the world. This oracle brings guidance that you can hold a safe space for your sensitivity. It indicates an awakening of greater perception and an adjustment process where you may feel for a time more sensitive to incoming impressions. Your heightened capacity for feeling may not always be pleasant, but it is an asset endowing you with an excellent detector for ego masquerading as something it's not. Do not begrudge it. It is the seat of so much wisdom. Your next number is 142. Oops, I overshot on the Kindle on that one. Sue boy. All right. Protective prayerfulness. Prayer is a powerful practice. There is no need to worry about saying the right words, coming up with a special formula, or needing to have a certain set of beliefs to comply with others. To pray, you simply speak from the heart and ask the divine, whatever you conceive this to be, for assistance. This oracle encourages you to pray at this time. You may not know what you are supposed to pray for, but the act of prayer itself is what will serve you now, and is even more important than what you are praying for. A prayer that all beings receive the help they need when they need it is always a good prayer. The act of prayer forces you to make contact with your own inner being. The spiritual field generated by your prayer will protect you from distortions and distractions, keeping you connected to your true path and personhood. It also helps every other being through that increased spiritual presence. You have more spiritual influence than you realize. Don't be afraid to put it to its best use. And your last number is 34, which is the way forward can seem backwards. As we grow in spiritual maturity, we become more present. Presence shows us what is really happening. As we develop presence, we may feel as though we are going through a healing crisis. We may face issues we believed we had already put behind us. This is not a sign to delve back into the past. It is an opportunity to hold compassionate space in the present moment. In this space, we might see things with more clarity and awareness and come to realize that we have more choices, more wisdom, and more strength than we previously recognized. When you remember that your healing is a sign of progress and development, you can allow it to unfold with serenity in your heart. You are closer to a breakthrough than you realize. Stay committed to your healing journey. And that is it for virtual pile number 3. I appreciate so much that you came by to listen to the messages. If they resonated with you, a thumbs up or a comment would be awesome. And of course, it would be lovely to have you as a subscriber. All right, take care. Bye.